I'm told I'm a Taurus.
My sign is I'm an Aquarius.
Am I too close? My zodiac sign is, I am told, a Capricorn. Could you repeat that, please? I'm afraid I don't know what that is.
I am a classic Aquarius. It's very suiting for my personality.
My daughter Mary suggested that if I was going to
I have a daughter who is a Taurus, and her name is Earthshine.
wear a bathrobe for an interview that she thought I might like to have a new one, so she bought me this one. Did you have another question for me?
You know, I don't know. I
don't believe in astrology. I think it's a bunch of hooey.
I think that astrology is kind of odd.
I believe it's a leopard's print on there. I thought it was very pretty. She knows I like pink, so.
Earthshine and I are very different personalities, but we work together actually pretty well.
I don't ascribe much to astrology, mostly because I don't understand it.
She's a Taurus, so she's very grounded, and I'm a little, lighter, as you can imagine.
You know, we make the choices we make, and I think people use astrology to excuse their behaviors, take the blame away, and not be accountable.
She's really good for me. She's a really great child. She teaches me a lot. She doesn't really believe in astrology. I tend to be a believer.
I have observed some people who, it's kind of the idea of the devil made me do it.
Well, now I'm aware of astronomy.
The devil made me do it. Well, no. You made yourself do it. You made your own choices. You made your own grave. Now lie in it. I think that people need to be accountable for the choices they make and not blame the stars.
That all of the planets have kind of personality to them that perhaps influences us, or
not blame astrology, not blame the zodiac sign that they were born into.
Affects us in some way. And Earthshine is not so much a believer in that.
When I was growing up, I had a friend growing up by the name of Jane. And Jane liked to do things that were mischievous or mischievous, depending on how you choose to say the word, where you're from.
Her father isn't so much in our life anymore. He chose a different path.
And Jane would, on occasion, do things in the back of the bus with some different other members of the class.
She's very much there for me and supports me.
When confronted with her behavior by our teacher and principal, Jane's response was, "I can't help it, I'm a Gemini."
Even though we believe differently, she's the kind of person who accepts me as I am, and I adore her.
Geminis have two faces, and, Jane was quite two-faced, to be honest.
Oh, that's a tricky one. Fate or choice?
I believe in fate quite a bit. I believe 100% in choice.
I sure hope
sometimes that there's fate involved, because there have been some moments in my life where things have happened and I haven't been particularly happy with the choices I've made. There are so many odd things that have happened in my life that I don't know how I could describe them if it weren't for fate.
I would say that I believe life is a blend of fate and choice.
Of course we have choices that we have to make in life, and I don't think somebody's up there, flipping us around like puppets.
I think perhaps we chose some things before we came to the planet,
and that we have to do whatever that puppet master is telling us to do. We choose our actions. We choose the people we allow into our lives or don't allow into our lives. We choose our presidents. There have been some times where some fated
items have happened to me.
We are responsible for every president from Edgar J. Hoover, Franklin Roosevelt, Eisenhower, both Bushes, Obama, and Trump. And we need to be more accountable with our voting. I don't want to get into any politics here. Excuse me.
I think life happens to people. And you go on through life, and some things that happen we experience as positive or happy things. Sometimes there are things that happen that are not as positive, that might be considered more negative things. And I do believe that a lot of those things happen because of choices we make. So I probably do believe in choice more than fate, but I would still say it sometimes gives me comfort to think that there might have been another hand involved.
Jane would do things that were not appropriate, sometimes on the bus and with some of the boys in class. I can see you shaking. You're going to have to stand where I can't see you. Well, Jane talked about being a Gemini.
Here, let's just move on to the next question. It's okay.